Welcome back to the Red Dice Diaries, and this is my 6th RPG a Day 2015 video. Now, looking at the list of questions, I can see that question 6 is, what is the most recent RPG that you have played? Well, I don't get to play in quite as many role-playing games as I'd like, mainly because I'm running an awful lot of them, time restraints and other such real-life tomfoolery interfering with the noble pursuit of playing RPGs, as it so often does. However, the most recent game I played was this bad boy here, Jadepunk by Reroll Productions. Now, I did a review of Jadepunk, which you can see there, and I'm also currently running a campaign called Skyless City, which you can see the playlist of there. However, we've reached a sort of season break in the game, where we're just sort of fine tweaking a few things and moving the setting forward a little bit. And handily, one of my players, the Chief, volunteered to guest GM a single session of Jadepunk, which was set in the same campaign world, but was set in the past, sort of about 20 years before the main campaign world started. Now, this was absolutely great for me, since although I've run an awful lot of Jadepunk, I've not actually, before that game, had a chance to really play it. So it was great for me to be able to play in the same campaign world, as well as also seeing what another GM's ideas were for the campaign world, and how their sort of stories unfold a little bit differently, all building up this multi-layered campaign world and adding extra texture and depth to the campaign world. Now, I'm not going to go into a massive ramble about how good I think Jadepunk is, which I do, because, as I said, I've already done a review of it. However, it uses an adapted version of the Fate core system, although to my mind it's a little bit more like the Fate accelerated system, only using professions instead of approaches to determine characters' various skill levels. And it's set in a sort of Eastern martial arts meets steampunk setting, with the difference that instead of normal sort of steam technology ruling the day, all of the technology in this campaign, by and large, is either clockwork or it's based around the applications of magically and alchemically treated jade. And this creates an intriguing fusion of magic and technology, where you don't tend to have sort of sorcerers so much and sort of wizards in the setting as you might do in an otherwise sort of normal fantasy setting. But most of the magic, for want of a better term, in the game either focuses around martial arts maneuvers or these jade tech devices that have been built. Now, I really enjoyed playing in the session that the Chief run, and I think it really showed the versatility of the setting. The game pulls together an awful lot of different influences, from the Eastern martial arts to the Wild West to steampunk and loads of others. And in the game we played in, we had my own character who had a background loosely based on Obelix from the Asterix comics, where as a young child he'd fallen into a huge vat of green jade potion, which had resulted in his skin turning green, and effectively being like a version of Beast from the X-Men. He had some intelligence because he'd sat at the feet of his father, who was a jade tech engineer, but he also had this bestial green-skinned look about him. We also had a dashing pirate captain who had an airship and crew, as well as a wise old uncle figure who was somewhat crotchety but was extremely knowledgeable. And we went through a very interesting adventure where we explored a strange black jade related disease and fought a revenant in the tombs of Kaosau City. Kaosau being the main setting for the game, a huge metropolis that exists because it stands on a huge conflux of jade, including the previously believed to be mythical black jade, and Kaosau area holds the only known stable vein of this black jade, and it's become sort of an economic powerhouse in the setting, ruled over by the Council of Nine and the corrupt 13th Governor. Although in our setting the Council of Nine were killed in what some suspect may have been an accident, others suspect may have been a deliberate act of sabotage on the government, and some suspect may have actually been engineered by the governor himself in order to prolong his term in office. And it uses the fate system, which is one of my favourite systems. It's very easy to get into, very simple to run, and it really pushes forward the idea of placing the game narrative first, with the rules supporting them, rather than focusing on the rules first and working the narrative around them. I very much enjoy this system. If you have any interest in martial arts, in steampunk, in the Wild West, and you want a setting that is simple to run, is an intriguing twist on a fantasy setting, and can incorporate a wide variety of characters, I highly advise you to give this a look. And if you want to know any further details, as I said, you can see the review by clicking on the box down there. So that's my brief discussion on the most recent game I've played, Jadepunk by Reroll Productions. I hope to see you in my next RPG a Day video tomorrow. Take care.